In this presentation, I'm going to convert a VB6 class that implements iCommand into a VB.NET base class called BaseCommand. I'm going to start here at the Resource Center in this VB6 sample called Pan Zoom Commands. Inside here there's about 12 commands. I'm going to work with the fixed zoom in command. It's a VB6 command. I'm going to convert it to VB.NET. I've downloaded it to my machine. The sample comes in as a zip file. I unpack it. It becomes a Visual Basic 6 project with a bunch of classes in it. As I open VB6, I can see my class with all the others. And when I look at its code, I see that it implements iCommand. So there's a whole bunch of property procedures in here implementing all the members. There's a couple of onCreate and onClick event at the end here. I'm really interested in the onClick event and all of its code. This is my business logic. So here I'm going to go and bring up Visual Studio 2008. And I'm going to start making my VB.NET project. There's some Arcgis integration here where I have desktop and engine loaded, and here I can build an ArcMap class library. So here I'm going to build Rob's command, and we'll go ahead and let it create this project for us. It's going to ask me for some references. I'm not going to set these now. I'll set them later on and discuss the settings a little bit later on. I'm going to delete the initial class that it builds, and what I'm going to do here is make my own. So I'm going to go to Add and add a new class in over here. When I do this adding of a class, I get another set of templates from Arcgis, and these templates are base classes. I want BaseCommand, and mine is called Fix Zoom. Whoops. So we'll add that in here. Now it wants to know, for this command, is it going to work in Globe or Scene or Catalog? And mine is an ArcMap command, so I'll add it in over there. You do get a BMP file, but the one you get is it's kind of silly there, so I'm going to add in one of my own. Not really one of my own, but an existing item. And here I'm going to go to the download folder where I downloaded the Pan Zoom sample, and there's a resource folder there with all the BMP files for all those commands. So I'll grab the one that I like here for the zoom in, and I'm going to make a change over here for the zoom in BMP. Whoops. Instead of it being a build action of content, I'm going to build it as an embedded resource so that I don't have a file dependency sitting out there. I'm going to grab just the text name of this command, and then my VB project, I want to come in here to the setting of the BMP file, BMP property. Alright, so I've got that prepared. My other properties here are all text strings. Instead of property procedures, they're text strings, because here we have a base command, a base class. We're inheriting from BaseCommand. BaseCommand internally implements iCommand. So here we don't see all those property procedures, just property settings. So I can delete those, and I've got some prepared here that I've typed in, and then you don't have to watch me fumble through a lot of poor typing skills. Alright, so now I've got the cosmetic part done. The next thing I need to do is get the business logic from VB6. So here's all that code in the onClick event. I'm going to copy and paste it over to my Visual Studio's onClick event for this button. Oops, I've gone down a little farther than I wanted to here. And you see that I've got a couple of references missing that I didn't add in earlier. I want to show you here with iActiveView and iEnvelope. What if this is somebody else's code and you don't know that iActiveView comes from ESRI ArcGIS Carto? You can use the library locator, grab one of the interface names in question, type it in here and search, and here it'll give you the .NET assembly or namespace that you need to reference. Well, let's reference those now. I'll go to the project and add ArcGIS reference. In the desktop ArcMap there's Carto. I know I'm going to need display, so I'll add it in also, and then geometry was that other one for iEnvelope. I've finished there. I need to add one more reference that didn't appear in the listing there, but it's a reference to the ArcGIS controls. I need to get those controls in here. as I add in the reference to those controls, let me scroll down here to one more and get controls in here. The references are still blue. I got to come up here and do an imports. I need to import those namespaces, and I'm going to get those from, exactly, I've typed them in already, so I don't have to worry about any typing mistakes. Alright, now the last thing I need to do is I've got another blue area here that describes my hook, and I'm going to need to set up a reference to the hook, so I'm going to just copy and paste some more code from VB. There's a hook helper variable declared here. I'm going to get that hook helper variable and paste it in. And then just to go on the quicker side, there's two others that I need, and I'm going to paste them into the onCreate here. And I've got some comments as to where I grabbed these two lines of code. One is from initialize in VB6, and one is from the VB6 onCreate. So I've got all my code in here. I'm going to go ahead and build this solution. It looks like the build worked properly. Now I'm going to go to ArcMap. You can see all the counties that I've been to here. The green ones are all my counties that I've visited. Here you see the ArcGIS commands for Rob, the fix zoom in command. I'll drag it up here. You can see it looks like the same one on the tools toolbar. If I click it a few times, it zooms in on the map. So we've had a very successful conversion here from VB6 to VB.NET using the base command. I could follow this same process for my other 11 commands there in the sample and simply take their business logic and move it over to a new base command. Well, on behalf of VSRI, I'm Rob Burke, and I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. So long, and thanks for listening.